A French wonderkid who's technically gifted, can score goals and dribbles past his opponents for fun. We might just have found the next Mbappe. Hi everybody, Jake here for FMSCOUT. Welcome to another episode of Wonderkid to Superstar, where we take a look at some of the best wonderkids in FM23 and put them to the highest end of their potential range to see how good they might be. And today's player is very special. As easy as it is for you guys to skip ahead and see how good the player becomes, stick with us today because we'll be looking at some different roles that this player can play and also how you could potentially develop him to be the right kind of player for your team. Before we get started though, if you do enjoy this video, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could smash the like button. It would really help with the video's performance. Subscribe if you haven't already with that big red subscribe button down below. And finally, if you want to drop a comment to rate the player or let us know who you want to see next, then feel free. With that being said, let's go find our star. So we're heading over to France and to OGC Nice in Ligue 1, a side that's got plenty of good players in it, but we're actually going to head over to their under-19 team. And just to let you know, I don't have the French divisions loaded here. I don't have French players loaded into the database. It's just a database with the Spanish first division loaded, and I click the database size to be large. So there's about 11,000 players in there, and one of them is the player that we're looking for today. So hopefully he'll be in a lot of your saves. We go to the under-19s, and in their squad, you will see this man, Badreddine Bouanani, or Bouanani. I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, so you'll have to forgive me in this video, but this guy is insane. I'm going to run through all of his attributes quickly, but first we'll tell you about his potential range. It's 140 to 170. So on the lower end, he is going to be a high quality player in his league. And on the higher end of that, you are going to get one of the world's best, if not the world's best right-sided winger. He's left-footed, loves to cut in on that left foot, and it's suggesting he could be an inverted winger or an inside forward here. I think with the attributes we've got, I don't know whether it might vary in your save, but because his finishing is so much higher than his crossing, I feel like inside forward on the attack duty, cutting in on that left foot could be ideal. And on top of that, he does like to cut inside from the right wing, so hopefully it will suit him well. Now, he's 17 years of age, so loads of years to get better yet, but instantly his physicals are already really strong. Both his strength, his acceleration, his agility, his pace, his natural fitness, they're all at a good level, and as he gets between the ages of 18, 19, they are going to develop a hell of a lot. They're going to blossom out, and we will have a really good physical prospect on our hands. Mentally, he's very talented, including 15 determination, and then his technicals is where he's really gifted with 14 technique, 14 dribbling, 12 finishing, and 11 first touch. He originally started out at Lille, but has now made his way to Nice. Clearly a very talented player and someone with a bright future. His valuation here is 5 to 8 million. He's got a pretty long contract, so in your guys' saves, it might be quite hard to get hold of him, but keep an eye on him, scout him, and hopefully at some point you'll have the cash to bring him to your side. And speaking of bringing him to our side, we have brought Bouanani here out to our Real Madrid team, where we're going to be using him in this simulation as the inside forward on the attack duty on this right hand side, as we mentioned earlier. We used the editor to bring him over into our team. He's set to his max potential, and hopefully with the right development he can reach it. But speaking of development, let's go take a look at his training and what we're going to do with him. Now, as we do for every simulation, we're just going to focus in on his role, which is the inside forward on the attack duty. But if you guys were adding an additional focus, there is a few things I'd be wanting to change. Now, normally we look at the final third and the mental attributes, the composure, the anticipation, the decision making, but he's already fairly decent at them, and whilst you could improve on it, I feel like his passing is quite weak for a player of his ability. He's got great technique, he's got great dribbling, he can finish decently well. His passing's at 11. If we can get that a little bit higher, he could be a very good creative option. So maybe we could look at passing. If you wanted to make him an inverted winger, then of course his crossing could do with some work, maybe even his shooting to get him to a higher level. It depends what kind of role you want to use him in, because of course, as much as he can play out wide, he can actually play pretty well as a number 10, as a shadow striker supposedly, could be good for him, and even as a striker up front. And even if he's out wide, you might play inverted winger, but he's clearly a multi-talented player who can play a variety of roles, so make sure you tweak your training to get the best out of him. As a side note as well, he's being mentored by some of the more mature players in this Real Madrid team, so hopefully that will rub off on him and help his personality. But now that Bouanani is in our team, I'm going to simulate a couple of years ahead to see how he looks on the lowest end of that potential. And here we are, the year is 2026. Bouanani has been playing regular football as we've holidayed ahead I've asked the assistant to use him as often as possible, and he's developing very nicely. Don't judge his star ratings too much right now. He is being compared to some of the best players at the club, like Vinicius Jr., even Heung-min Son has been signed. But if we're looking at Buonanni on paper here, 21 years of age and already looking like a cracking player. This is him at 140 current ability, so on the lowest end of that potential range. So if you've got the worst version possible of Buonanni and you're say even developed him, this is a kind of player that you'll get. Someone that's worth 30 million here. Physically, he's very gifted with 16 acceleration, 13 strength, stamina, pace, agility, and balance. Combine that with some natural fitness, off the ball work, composure, decision making. Nothing is amazingly standout just yet, but you can really see his strength starting to come through. That dribbling, the finishing ability, the technique, and the acceleration. He's going to run past his man, and it looks like he'll make the right decisions in front of goal and be composed whilst he does it. And he's proved that in the in-game engine so far, with some terrific seasons since signing. In his first year, he got 12 goals and 8 assists. After that, he gets 12 goals and 15 assists. Then he hits a brilliant season with 28 goal contributions. This season, though, hasn't been as good, but still he is playing at a very high level and he's doing well for himself. But he's still nowhere near his prime. He's 140 current ability right now. He can get to 170, so let's take a look at him at his best. And here we go for the best part, when we see the player in the prime of their career, and trust me, Buonanni is not one to be missed. His attributes look so good, and straight away you will notice so many dark greens, so many attributes of the highest level, and I'll talk about them in a second. But whilst you take a look at them, I will let you know I do have my own channel linked in the description down below. We kind of relaunched the channel a little bit about a month ago with a different style of video, which you guys seem to be loving, and if you haven't checked it out yet, this could be a great time to do so. So thank you to anyone who shows your support. It's all linked below in the description. But let's get back to Buonanni here. 28 years of age, 33 appearances for France, and 11 goals. Physically, he is a god on the wing. 17 acceleration, 17 agility, 17 balance, pace, and strength. There is no weakness in his game whatsoever in the physicals. He's got incredible vision, off the ball work, decision making, composure, and anticipation. And that's not even talking about all the attributes that are at 14s, 15s in this mental column. But the best by far are his technical attributes, with 17 technique, 18 dribbling, and 16 finishing. Combine that with those physical attributes that he's got, and he is a defender's nightmare. Even now, if we converted him to, say, an advanced forward, you could see he would suit it down to the ground. His crossing's gone up over the years, his first touch, long shots, passing. He has become such a great player, really well-rounded, and he's proved it in the in-game engine as well, because over the last few years, he has consistently been hitting 25 goal contributions a season, and more recently, been hitting 30 goal contributions every single year, with great average match ratings. This season here, he's contributed to 39 goals in 36 games. Incredible statistics from an incredible player, but I'll quickly show you him at the end of his career. And it looks like he continued playing at a high level for a number of seasons, including his most recent season, which is going to go down as one of his best. I mean, this season here, 47 goal contributions in 38 games, 20 goals, 27 assists. He's a record-breaking player for sure. 34 years of age now, 86 France appearances, 31 France goals, becoming a legend of the national team. And he hasn't won any Balon d'Ors in this simulation, but the issue might be because he's been second place every single year to this Arelli guy, pretty much. Obviously, Buonanni's probably creating all the goals that this striker is scoring. The striker's taking all the credit, and he is a great player, I must say. But Buonanni here has been the one making him shine by the looks of it, and he is a phenomenal talent. One of my favourites that we've looked at in Wonderkid to Superstar. When his attributes have developed like they have here, they are on an unbelievable level, unplayable for most defences, and I think he's great. I'm giving him an 11 out of 10. It's been a while since we've handed out that rating. If you did enjoy the video, smash the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.